Some mornings, it hits you without warning. You reach down to tie your shoes, and something feels different. Not painful, exactly. Just slower. Heavier. Like your muscles are whispering a quiet protest. You stand up from your chair and feel your legs hesitate for just a moment longer than they used to. And then the question starts to stir in your mind, when did that change? This is how aging often begins, not with a bang, but with a whisper. Not with a dramatic collapse, but with the slow unraveling of strength that once felt effortless. You haven't lost your will. You haven't stopped moving. But your body has begun to shed something silently: muscle. In the world of medicine, we have a word for this quiet thief. Sarcopenia. It begins as early as your 30s, but after 60, it speeds up, especially if the body isn't being supported properly. We lose muscle not just from inactivity, but from what we fail to give our bodies: nutrients, recovery, resistance, and care. And here's what makes it even more heartbreaking: for most people, it's entirely preventable. See, muscle is more than just mass. It's your independence. It's what helps you rise from bed each morning, hold your balance, walk without fear, and live without a cane or someone else's arm to guide you. Yet, most adults over 60 are unknowingly starving their muscles, not from a lack of calories, but from a lack of the right ones. And that's what this conversation is about. Because what if I told you that 5 simple fruits, yes, everyday fruits, could change the way you age? That with each bite, you could be sending a message to your body that says, I am not done living fully. I am not done being strong. We begin with a fruit that needs no introduction, yet has been misunderstood and underestimated its entire life. It's not flashy, exotic, or rare. But inside its yellow skin lies one of the greatest allies aging muscles could ever ask for: the banana. You've likely eaten hundreds, maybe thousands, of them. Sliced into cereal. Mashed into bread. Grabbed hurriedly on the way out the door. But when you pass the age of 60, a banana becomes more than just food. It becomes fuel. Your muscles depend on potassium, this much is medical fact. Without enough of it, your legs may cramp, your steps may feel unsure, and your heart, itself a muscle, may even skip a beat. One banana gives you a gentle flood of potassium, enough to steady your muscles and help them fire cleanly. But that's only the beginning. Bananas also carry vitamin B6, which is quietly crucial. B6 is what helps your body use the protein you eat. Without it, you could eat eggs, chicken, or drink shakes all day, and your body still wouldn't be able to turn that protein into muscle repair. It's like having a toolbox but no hands to use it. Bananas give you both. There's a woman I know, Lucia, 70 years old, who once told me her morning started feeling different the day she added half a banana and a few almonds before her daily walk. She said, I used to feel like I was walking through mud. Now I feel like I'm gliding again. That's not magic. That's cellular nourishment at work. And yes, there's sugar in a banana. But when it's not overripe, and when paired with a healthy fat or protein, that sugar releases like a steady river, not a flood. Which means it energizes you without throwing your body off balance. Bananas even nourish your gut, through fibers that support digestion and feed the beneficial bacteria that keep your immune system and absorption humming. A healthy gut isn't just about avoiding bloating, it's about making sure that every vitamin, every mineral, every ounce of strength you eat, actually gets used. A slice in your oatmeal. A few pieces before a walk. A gentle smoothie before bed. When you do this consistently, you don't just eat better, you feel better. And over time, that little fruit becomes a quiet guardian of your movement, balance, and strength. But what if I told you there's a fruit that's even smaller, yet might carry an even bigger impact? Tiny, deep blue, almost forgettable. And yet within its skin lies a power that science continues to uncover: the blueberry. It may look delicate, but don't be fooled. Blueberries are warriors in disguise. One of the most overlooked enemies of muscle is inflammation. Not the kind that causes fevers or swelling, but the slow, silent kind. The kind that sneaks into your joints, stiffens your stride, and leaves your muscles feeling sore long after simple movement. It's this kind of inflammation that gradually eats away at your strength. And this is where blueberries shine like no other. Their color comes from anthocyanins, powerful plant compounds that reduce inflammation at a cellular level. They neutralize the free radicals that accumulate as we age. They soothe the body's internal fire. And in doing so, they protect your muscle fibers from breakdown and support recovery. I once met a man named Harold, 73 years old, recovering from knee surgery. He started blending blueberries into his morning yogurt. After a few weeks, he looked at me and said, "I don't know what it is, Doc, but I don't feel like I'm dragging a sandbag behind me anymore." That's the kind of change that doesn't show up overnight but shows up in your ability to keep going. And here's another reason blueberries are a senior's best friend: they stabilize your blood sugar. Because of their fiber and antioxidant content, they improve how your body uses insulin. This matters more than you think. When insulin works well, the nutrients from your food, especially protein, go where they're needed. Your muscle cells get fed. Your fatigue lifts. They're also brain food, heart food, joint food, but today, we're here to talk about strength. And when it comes to strength, blueberries protect your base, your legs, your balance, your stride. How do you use them? A handful in the morning. Frozen into a smoothie. Stirred into cottage cheese or spooned over chia pudding. They're low in sugar, high in reward, and safe even for those with diabetes when eaten in reasonable amounts. Some people call them a superfood. I call them a foundation. Because when you're over 60, it's not about doing more. It's about doing what matters. And blueberries? They matter. Now, let's move from the cool, quiet strength of the blueberry to something softer, warmer, more tropical. A fruit that almost melts in your mouth, but whose power runs deep: papaya. Papaya is medicine disguised as dessert. It speaks not only to your taste buds, but to your digestion, your joints, and your ability to absorb the very nutrients your muscles crave. And at this stage in life, absorption is everything. See, aging doesn't just slow your muscles, it slows your digestion too. It weakens the flow of stomach acid, dulls the enzyme response, and makes it harder to break down protein. And protein, as you know, is the raw material of strength. So, you might be doing everything right, eating chicken, eggs, tofu, but if your body can't unlock that protein, your muscles stay hungry. Papaya steps in with quiet wisdom. It contains an enzyme called papain, a natural digestive assistant that helps break proteins down into absorbable pieces. Think of it as a gentle pair of scissors, snipping nutrients into usable parts so your body can do what it was built to do: heal, build, and restore. And this effect becomes even more powerful when your gut has slowed with age. I once had a patient named Dolores, 68 years old, sharp as a tack, but tired all the time despite eating well. She added a small bowl of ripe papaya after lunch. Within a week, she said, "Doc, I don't feel heavy anymore. It's like my food is working with me instead of against me." That's not a supplement. That's the power of one ripe fruit, given with intention. But papaya's gifts don't end in the stomach. It's loaded with vitamin C, more than an orange, actually. And vitamin C is essential for producing collagen, the protein that supports not only skin, but your muscles, ligaments, and tendons. It's what keeps your stride springy, your joints smooth, and your recovery swift. Have you ever stood up after sitting too long and felt your knees resist, your hips ache, your spine tighten? That's your connective tissue whispering for help. Papaya listens and responds. Its orange-pink flesh is also rich in beta-carotene and lycopene, antioxidants that lower chronic inflammation and protect muscle cells from oxidative stress. In plain English, they fight the silent wear and tear of aging. They keep your internal systems clean, efficient, and strong. And here's something I love about papaya: it's humble. It doesn't demand elaborate prep. You don't need to juice it, roast it, or blend it with 10 ingredients. Just cut it, scoop it, and savor it. It's soft, gentle, and easy on aging teeth, too. For those watching their blood sugar, papaya is surprisingly friendly. Its fiber helps slow glucose absorption. Its enzymes help balance digestion. And its low calorie count means you can enjoy it even daily, especially as an afternoon or post-meal refreshment. I remember Anita, a 69-year-old former schoolteacher who felt bloated almost daily. Her meals were balanced, but her gut was sluggish. After starting papaya regularly, she reported not only smoother digestion, but fewer joint aches. "It's like someone turned the lights back on in my body," she told me. Because strength doesn't just come from lifting weights, it comes from absorbing what feeds the muscle. And papaya makes sure that what you eat actually nourishes you. A few slices after breakfast. A bowl after lunch. Blended with plain yogurt for an evening treat. You don't need to do it all at once. Just do it often enough that your body starts to recognize the rhythm: nutrients in, strength out. Now, if papaya is the silent helper, then the next fruit is the silent powerhouse. It doesn't often appear in glossy health magazines. It's not trendy. But it holds one of the highest concentrations of vitamin C in all of nature. And when it comes to rebuilding and protecting aging muscle, that makes it invaluable. I'm talking about guava. Firm, fragrant, slightly floral guava is often overlooked, but inside its speckled flesh is a cocktail of nutrients that could rival any superfood. Let's begin with its crown jewel, vitamin C. Just one guava contains over 250% of your daily requirement. That's not a typo. And this isn't the synthetic C you find in supplements, this is whole food C, wrapped in fiber, supported by natural enzymes, and designed by nature to be absorbed slowly and steadily. Why does this matter? Because vitamin C isn't just for colds. It's for collagen synthesis, immune defense, iron absorption, and most importantly, muscle repair. Every step you take, every stretch you make, causes tiny microscopic tears in your muscle tissue. That's normal, it's part of how muscles grow stronger. But without adequate vitamin C, those tears don't heal properly. They linger. They weaken the muscle instead of rebuilding it. Guava steps in to support that healing. It brings the tools your body needs to close the gap between movement and recovery. And it doesn't stop there. Guava is rich in potassium, which supports muscle contraction. It's full of fiber, which supports digestion and nutrient absorption. It contains lycopene, the same powerful antioxidant found in tomatoes, which protects against oxidative stress, a major driver of sarcopenia. Ravi, a retired postmaster from India, used to suffer from shaky knees and poor balance. Every morning, he'd eat a sliced guava sprinkled with salt and chile, just like his mother gave him as a child. After a few months, his posture improved. His joints stopped clicking. "It's the fruit of my youth," he laughed. But what he didn't realize is that it was also the fruit of his renewal. And here's the good news: guava is low on the glycemic index. That means it won't spike your blood sugar, even though it tastes mildly sweet. Its fiber content keeps things steady, and its water content helps with hydration, another often forgotten key to muscle health. Eat it raw. Slice it into a salad. Pair it with cottage cheese. Even drink small amounts of unsweetened guava juice if fresh isn't available. Whatever form you choose, the important thing is consistency. Let guava become part of your morning ritual, your digestive ally, your strength-supporting snack. Because in the world of aging, not everything needs to be complicated. Sometimes, the most powerful medicine is quiet. Sometimes it grows on trees. Sometimes it's been in your kitchen this whole time. Now, if you followed me this far, you've already met 4 extraordinary fruits, each with their own story, their own gifts, and their own path to keeping you strong. But we're not done yet. There is still one more fruit, one final companion on this journey, that combines sweetness, mineral richness, and inflammation-fighting power in a way that no supplement, no powder, and no pill ever could. It's small. Wrinkled. Ancient. And yet, it's one of the most potent tools we have for rebuilding strength, especially when energy feels like it's slipping away. That fruit is the date. The date. Modest, unassuming, and often relegated to festive trays or holiday dishes. But inside its soft, caramel-like flesh lies a nutrient symphony, a perfect blend of natural sugar, fiber, minerals, and antioxidants that serve as a quiet engine for the aging body. Let me say this as clearly as I can: when your muscles feel weak, when your energy fades too quickly, and your body struggles to bounce back from even light movement, what you're missing isn't always a new medicine. Sometimes, it's the right kind of fuel. And dates are fuel. Yes, they are sweet. But that sweetness is not the same as processed sugar. Dates come with fiber, a lot of it, which means their sugar doesn't hit your bloodstream like a spike. It releases like a slow stream, steady and reliable, which is exactly what tired muscles need. Think of them as natural batteries. You eat one, and within moments, your body lights up gently. Not a jittery rush, not a crash. Just enough to help you climb those stairs, finish that walk, rise from that chair without sighing in fatigue. And more than that, dates are mineral dense. Just 2 medjool dates provide over 250 milligrams of potassium, nearly as much as a banana. Add to that magnesium, which supports over 300 enzymatic reactions in your body, including those that help your muscles relax, rebuild, and function. You've probably noticed that feeling tight calves in bed, twitching thighs, or a general sense of unease in your legs. Sometimes, the solution is a warm bath. But more often, the root of the problem is mineral imbalance. Potassium and magnesium are the unsung heroes of muscular grace. And dates give you both. There was a man named Thomas, a retired nurse in his early 70s. His knees ached every afternoon, even after short walks. I recommended just 2 dates a day, paired with a few almonds or a slice of cheese. 3 weeks later, he came back smiling. The stairs don't win anymore, he said. I still feel tired sometimes, but it's not the same kind of tired. It's not the kind that holds me down. That's the difference real nourishment makes. And then there's the antioxidant load. Dates are high in flavonoids and phenolic acid, both of which combat inflammation at the root of many age-related conditions, from muscle wasting to heart disease to sluggish immunity. They don't just support strength, they preserve it. And there's something deeply symbolic about them. Dates have sustained civilizations for centuries. Warriors, farmers, desert travelers, all drew on the dense, sustaining energy of this fruit. And now, they can serve you one small bite at a time. Now, a word of caution. Dates are rich. 2 to 3 a day is enough. Pair them with protein or healthy fat almonds, cashews, a spoonful of yogurt to slow absorption and support blood sugar control. But don't avoid them out of fear. When used wisely, they give your body what it so desperately needs, support without stress. No peeling, no chopping, no blender required. Just unwrap and eat. That simplicity matters, especially when you want nutrition to fit into your life, not disrupt it. And now, we come to the heart of this message. 5 fruits. 5 quiet miracles. None of them flashy. None of them expensive. But each of them, in their own way, offering something your muscles crave. Bananas, to fuel contractions and help your body use protein. Blueberries, to soothe inflammation and speed recovery. Papaya, to support digestion and collagen repair. Guava, to flood your body with vitamin C and rebuild strength. Dates, to restore energy and mineral balance when fatigue sets in. None of them ask you to overhaul your life. They simply ask to be included. To be seen not as decorations on a plate, but as medicine in its most elegant form. Because that's the truth no one tells you, sometimes healing is not about grand gestures. It's about the quiet choices. The morning bowl of oats with banana. The handful of blueberries in your yogurt. The soft slices of papaya after lunch. The guava shared with your grandchild on the porch. The dates tucked into your coat pocket for the walk home. Every one of those moments is a message. A message to your muscles, you matter. A message to your bones, you are still needed. A message to your heart, you are not forgotten. A message to yourself, I still care. And I know, maybe no one has told you this lately, but I will. It is not too late. Not too late to feel better than yesterday. Not too late to rebuild. Not too late to be strong again, not like a bodybuilder, but like a person who stands taller, walks steadier, and wakes up with confidence that their body will support them, not betray them. You don't need perfect habits. You just need intentional ones. You don't need a strict diet. You just need supportive choices, done consistently. And above all, you need to believe that strength is not something you lost. It's something that's been waiting for you to return. And these fruits? They are your invitation. So if you're wondering where to begin, start with something simple. A single fruit. A single day. A single choice. Let it ripple forward. Let it become a habit. Let it become your strength. Before you go, if this video helped you feel seen, understood, or simply gave you a new idea to care for your body, don't let it stop here. Click subscribe to join us at Healthcare, where every week we share gentle, powerful ways to stay strong, sharp, and independent no matter your age. Tap the next video on your screen now to discover more healing foods, silent nutrient deficiencies, and the truth about aging no one tells you, until now. Because your best years don't have to be behind you. They begin when you choose to care for yourself, for your strength, for your future. We'll see you there.